In the 1980s, somewhere around 1985, is when I made my very first trip to the Holy Land. We flew in the country of Jordan, we crossed the Allenby Bridge, and we came to Israel and of course flew out of Jordan. We did that for several years, and then we eventually came into Tel Aviv. And now we come to Tel Aviv, and we basically fly out the David Ben Gurion Airport. And in all of my time, I never will forget the place that I'm now standing. We're standing at a church, a beautiful church, Peter Gallicantos, which is a church built over what is believed to be the site of Caiaphas' house. Now, who was Caiaphas? Caiaphas was the high priest. You read in the New Testament, for example, Annas and Caiaphas, and they were the high priest back in the time when the trial of Jesus took place and the crucifixion took place. Caiaphas is very interesting because he is a man who made a statement to the Jewish leaders. Have you not read that it's expedient that one man must die for the sins of the nation? And it's as though Caiaphas understood that Jesus as the Messiah would have to face death. It's a very strange verse there in the New Testament. And it says from that moment forward, they sought how that they should kill him. Well, leaving that alone, and going to the point here, inside this beautiful church building, we're going to take you into the basement. Now, we would have taped there. There are so many people here, so many crowds. Charlie's going to show you some footage. This is a dungeon that was in the basement, and there's two very significant places here. This is what moved me the most when I first came to Israel, and it still moves me after 40 trips to the Holy Land. There is a place where prisoners were kept, and there's seats cut out of the limestone niches there. And there are also in post holes that have been made, and these weren't made recently, these were made back in that time. And in these holes is where the prisoner would be chained, and you can see those holes. But also there's a really interesting sight, and they had a drawing in there that I thought was very intriguing, where the left hand would go on one post and the right hand would go on the other post, and it would be chained, and then they would chain the legs to the left post and right post. And this is in the room downstairs, and it is believed to be the place where they would beat or whip the prisoners. Now in Isaiah chapter 53 it says, with his stripes we are healed. We also know that in the New Testament that he was scourged or whipped with the cat of nine tails, and that's a very, very powerful, it's a short-handled whip with long strands of leather. Sometimes there would be metal or different things that would be placed on the inside. That's perfect timing, by the way, for the bell of the church to start ringing. Come on through, dear. Yeah. And this is what you do when you're taping right on location. We're going to wait till the church bell rings, that you get the effect of the church bell. Okay, it must be, I don't even know what time it is. Maybe that tells you what time it is. I didn't keep up with it. But going back to the more seriousness, so this may be where Christ spent the night and where he was scourged. And then the one part that was really moving was the pit. And there's a Psalms that is found that deals with going down into the pit, into the pit of darkness. And my daughter's behind it. Did y'all read the verse down there? Do you remember the verse where that was found? It's found in the Psalms, is that right?
Yes.
Do you have did you take a picture of it? And these are some of her friends that are with us on our trip, some of her long-term friends when she was a little girl are with us. Psalms 88, my God, by day I cried out, at night I clamor in your presence. I let my prayer come before you, incline your ear to my call. My soul is surfeited with troubles. My life draws near to the netherworld, meaning death. I'm numbered with those who go down into the pit, and I'm a man without strength. My couch is among the dead, like the slain who lie in the grave, who you remember no longer. And this is a prayer like a prophecy that appears to be something similar that the Messiah went through, Christ, when he was in that dungeon. And actually, there's a hole in the top of it, and you would be lowered. This is what they would do to prisoners like Jeremiah in the book of Jeremiah. They'd put a rope under their arms and they would lower them into the pit. It was very dark down there. There was no lights down there. And Christ, of course, would have known what was going to happen to him. And so when you go here and you see the pit that he may have spent the night, and the place where the whipping could have taken place. It shows you the sufferings of the Lord. And it reminds you with 2 verses, with his stripes that you were healed. And it also reminds you this was right before the time of the crucifixion. Now, one more thing I'll show you. These are steps that are part of this hill here in Jerusalem. The Temple Mount, excuse me, is directly in front of me. Pardon me so much. You can see the Dome of the Rock there through the trees. And these are the steps that they would have walked up and down during that time. And so to just, it's been raining, that the rain is now breaking. It rains a little bit here now and then. But let's walk over here and show you one more thing, just so you can get kind of a feel of the area. All of this was natural rock, limestone rock from which this was cut. And you can see where there are different rooms. You can see where there are cisterns because, you know, water was very precious. There are no rivers that come through Jerusalem, so water was caught in cisterns and things of that nature. And this is all dating back to that period of time. Anytime you get down to the natural rock where it's been carved, it will likely go back to the Roman period, or what we call the time of Christ. And some of it can go back much earlier than that. So this is one of those sites in Israel that you really are moved spiritually and emotionally. It's called Caiaphas' house, where Christ spent the night. Well, thank you for joining me on the YouTube channel. Sometimes we have to do this a little different. We either tape on location or we tape the story and then we show you the pictures of it. But travel with me through the Holy Land. And if you ever come here, you get a nugget, you get a clip, you get a bit of information, but it's not like being here. Like while I'm standing here, I'm just seeing the panoramic view. I see the Mount of Olives, I see the Temple Mount, I see all of this behind me. You get that feel when you're here. The atmosphere, I can feel it. I'm breathing the air of Jerusalem. And if you've never been, you need to come. And you need to come with us, because I think we got the best trip going anywhere in the world, to be honest with you, with everything that we include and what we put together. Thumbs up, please, if you are learning and you enjoy these Holy Land teachings. And also just keep in mind that that we always offer something that helps our ministry keeps our ministry going around the world. And I appreciate so many of you, thousands of you literally, that say, we watch you on your YouTube channel. Keep watching. It's a great joy to be able to present these to you in this new technology that is out there in these many messages. Thank you so much.
It's time to learn what you don't know about your future. Now available is Perry Stone's new landmark prophetic book, Your Journey into Eternity, Life for the Next 1,000 Years. Discover what occurs the moment your inner eyes are opened at death and your spirit returns to God. Journey through the 3 levels of heaven, including paradise, where Christian martyrs rest. Learn about the new body you will receive at Christ's return or at the resurrection, and why the dead at times appear in dreams, and what memories you have after death. Learn about the marriage supper in heaven from a Hebraic perspective and what the Bible teaches about the new heaven, new earth, and new Jerusalem coming down. Perry unlocks the mystery of babies in heaven, including miscarried and aborted infants. Perry also explains what our 1,000-year reign with Christ will look like on earth. Read Perry's parabolic revelation about what if God said yes to the dead? Will your family circle be unbroken in eternity? Perry presents often untaught insights using his 46 years of in-depth biblical research from the Old and New Testaments. The book includes incredible Greek and Hebrew word studies, as well as amazing stories that reveal secrets of life after death, events in heaven, and life on the new earth. Perry is also including an audio teaching, The Temple of the Tabernacle of the Testimony, that his friends say is the most interesting biblical teaching from the book of Revelation he has ever taught. In this teaching, Perry shares secrets in Heaven's Temple, the most important building in heaven, where all human records and tribulation judgment files are kept. It is here where you will stand at the judgment seat before Christ's throne and give a face-to-face account of what the angels have written about you, from birth to death, including all your idle words and how you treated others. This is a teaching that will alert you to what you say and cause you to guard your words and actions. The landmark new book and 2-hour audio teaching is available for your gift of just $35 or more to help keep Manifest on the air around the world. To order this offer, visit perrystone.org or call toll-free 1-888-21-BREAD. That's 1-888-212-7323. You can also order by sending $35 to Perry Stone Ministries, P.O. Box 3595, Cleveland, Tennessee 37320, and request offer ET143 when ordering. We look forward to hearing from you soon.
If you enjoyed this YouTube content, there's an important website you should know about: perrystone.org. Perrystone.org is an essential resource for the latest books, audiovisual presentations, and digital products from Perry Stone Ministries. Resources that cover the same kinds of topics discussed in the program you just watched. Stop in and see all that's available at perrystone.org.